Good morning and welcome to Gulfstream Park on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Samantha Perry here, joined with Brian Nato, and we've got 9 for you today here, and it's a great day today.
It is a great day today. It's beautiful out here, and we hope to see you out here as we wrap up another 3-day racing week. It doesn't feel as oppressive as it did the last couple days, so I like that.
That's good so far, at least.
So far, at least. And it's a big day, too, because I'm going to throw the P word out there, the penultimate day,
Ooh.
because next Friday, and we'll get to it a little later, it's mandatory day here with the fiscal year, I believe, in Florida, ending on June 30th. But that means today is your last day to take a real chance at this rainbow, and it's up to $200,000.
It is, yeah. That starts in race 4. It's a great sequence. It was very tough yesterday. We had a big blow up that we'll get to in the lightning round with our stakes winner, but I thought it would have paid way more than that. So kudos to you. There were still a lot of tickets alive, and that shocked me.
Not me, but you.
Not us.
Not
no,
me or you.
You guys.
Yeah, there were 63 live tickets going into race number 11, and none of them were singles.
No.
And that really did shock us both.
Yep.
So whoever, a lot of multiple winners out there, golf clap to you, but a big number. And we've every day this week and even last week, we've gone well past that gross jackpot guarantee.
Yep.
$250,000 is in play today.
Yep, it's a good day. And before we get to the Rainbow Six, race 1 kicks off the early pick 5. Brian has got the ticket. I believe you hit it yesterday. No,
we got blown up in the first leg.
Yeah,
absolute. And the frustrating thing about leg 1 was I gave out the scenario of why Gabriel Maldonado is winning races here. That was his third win.
Yeah.
I needed it to happen later. It did not, but he won race 1 exactly like we talked about, blowing a race open off the far turn with his 10-pound weight allowance, and he's done very, very good work here in, I don't know, 3 weeks, two three racing weeks maybe?
Yep.
Yeah, so, all right, we'll take a look at the ticket here. It's $36, 2 deep in the opener. We've got the single in race 2. Gentle breeze, and we'll talk about it. I'm interested in your thoughts about that race. Not a lot in there. We'll be honest there. In race number 3, Divine Exchange. Number 4 in race 3. In race 4, number 6, the old Disco Queen. I think you were on her last time. I'll give her a shot here with Gabriel Maldonado.
Nice.
And then 4 deep. Here's your spread race. And the number 6, Midnight Chaos, or Antonio, who really woke up on the Topita last time.
It's a solid ticket there. And race 1, maiden claimers, 1 mile and 70 yards on the Topita track here. And wow, so we've got the same order, just a little bit reversed. I'll let you start it off with the 5. Change order, Sunny, Angel Morales, now a 5-pound apprentice for Rohan Crichton, and ran really well last time.
Really did. And Pete will walk you through all the changes. There are very few today, but you're going to see Angel Morales is not 2 pounds overweight today. We mentioned it yesterday. Samantha just mentioned it now. He's now a 5-pound apprentice and winning a lot of races here, and we like him. He does a good job. Really woke up last time, right on the Topita. It's just right there on the paper sitting in front of you staring at you, because this horse just did not do a lot of running against a lot better, too. In the first 3 starts of the career, 2 of them off the claim for Rohan Crichton. But now we go to the Topita last time and just blows way up. Starship Tango is pretty good that day. Now we're back. Can we double up? Well, we've had trouble, both Samantha and I, kind of figuring out that can we double up on good efforts? A lot of upside still with change order, Sunny.
The 6, Move Free. Safi Joseph sends this 3-year-old son of Kitten's Joy out, and want to show a stat that I found was a bit interesting with Safi Joseph. Now, this is with maiden claimers, first time on the Topita, 16 for 54, 30% win percentage, 52% in the money. This just made me have way more faith in this horse when I got this stat.
Yeah, no doubt about it, and I'm using this this son of Kitten's Joy as well. I think of the race yesterday when Coco won.
Yeah.
Coco was really good for Arundel yesterday.
Very.
There were 2, I'll call them better horses. Maybe that's being a little aggressive.
Yeah.
On turf, and they tried the Topita, and they just didn't run over it or didn't handle it. It's a guessing game, admittedly, and we're up here every day saying if you handle the turf, we'd like to think you handle the Topita. It's not necessarily the case. That's why I put the 5 on top. But Move Free should run here.
Race number 2, it's a maiden claiming race. 2-year-olds will go to the post. 5 furlongs on our fast main track. And we take out the 7 in this spot here. So just a field of 6. I've got the early pick 4 ticket. We'll go ahead and take a look at it before we dive in. $9 to play for me. It's a short one. Maybe add or subtract in this first race once we get a look at them on the track. Now, race number 3, the 1 Morning Colors is my top pick. Race number 4, race that could be interesting, but the 3 Provocativa is my top pick. And in race number 5, the single to end the sequence, it's Midnight Chaos, but I really do like Can't Be Broken, so I might be throwing that one in there. That's the 3s. Race 2, though, some of these horses have had experience, Brian, just 2 of the 6, but your top pick is Ralph Nix, and he has been doing nothing wrong with first-time starters, 2-year-olds right now.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I just kind of feel like this horse has got to win.
Yeah.
Lionel is here. The proven runners, there are 2 of them, the 1 and the 2. They have done nothing of any sort of, circumstance in the afternoon. I'll let you talk about the 6, but I just think Ralph is going so well. He's 29% debuting in maiden claimers. He's 21% debuting overall. Who's here? Lionel. The works are plentiful. A lot of these others don't have that.
Yeah.
And what do we got here? 9 to 5 on the morning line. This horse has got to be every bit of that because there's not a lot in here.
No, there's not. And the 6 horse that I picked on top, I'm a bit more hesitant now because I loved the draw for this horse, but now the fact that his outside runner is scratched, that could be a big problem for him.
Take that right turn.
Yeah, exactly. They lose a couple lengths now. On the contrary to that, we got this, the number 6, a gelded son of Get Stormy for Ron Spatz. I love the solid works. I think that this horse, if he can overcome the post position, he'll be very tough here. But the 3 Gentle Breeze might have the upper hand here just due to the post position.
You know, I always print out early. He's not a gelding in the early run.
Wow.
So take note of that.
Yeah, if you printed early like the overachiever here.
Well, come on now. Ronnie's 0 for 11, debuting in maiden claimers. It's not a big stat, but that's just kind of rubbed me a little bit the wrong way.
Yeah, we've got this stat, actually.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, let's pull it up here because this kind of ruins my pick here.
Yeah.
So this is maiden claiming first-time starters. So this is a little bit changed. Just 12%, 6 for 51, not a big ROI. So I get the hesitance to put this horse on top.
You know what? The other thing that bugged me a little bit, this is on the main track. And the 2 main track drills of late were just slow. It's the Tapeta drill, 35 and 4. That was really quick. So I don't really know what to make of this horse.
Yeah, it's a toss-up, and there's some other runners in here that could just really explode as well. It remains to be seen. We'll see in about an hour. Now, race number 3 here. This is a claiming $12,500 event for fillies and mares 3 and up. A mile and 70 yards on the Tapeta here. A field of 6 will go to post. And the number 4, Divine Exchange, Fausto Gutierrez. He's got some in at Ellis today.
Yeah, he's all over the place.
Yeah.
Good to see. I think we can draw a line through the dirt race last time. You look at the Tapeta races. Those were good groups. Cosi had won 2 straight until she got didn't win yesterday. We'll put it that way. Dancing with Daffodils won that short field, but she came back and won again. Not her next time, but won again. Those are good 10s she was coming out of. And I got to be honest with you, I don't think this 12.5 is as good as those 10s.
No. The 1 Morning Colors, though, to me, looks like this horse is going to get loose in here.
Okay, stretching back out. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
And will that hold? It's hard to go wire to wire, gate to wire on the Tapeta track, but it gets some weight off as well.
Yeah, you know what my worry was with her and the apprentice, Kennedy Barrigate, who's going to be on here for Rohan Crichton. I worried about Tapple Cider maybe nagging her enough to maybe prevent the theft job. But you are right. She will take them as far as she can, and she does get some weight on the majority of this field.
Yeah, and Tapple Cider, I wasn't on her last time, and
No.
she won like a good thing.
Absolutely.
And so that I find that a little bit hard to trust. As far as this, it's a 6-horse field, but it doesn't seem like anybody you can completely toss out. The 2 Hardly Social we don't have in our top picks, but let's give a quick shout out to Samantha Dobles, who had a winner yesterday. Our fortune cookie with the Apprentice, 25-1. It blew up the early pick 5.
Completely blew up the early pick 5 to start the card, right? First time starter. Good to see her get a W. Look at Domineering. The last time Domineering ran on the Tapeta, she was in a photo with Cosi and La Ruja.
Exactly.
And those 2 horses are winning this race today. So,
yeah.
Didn't run twice on the dirt, but look at the one race that's kind of relevant, and she's certainly in the mix.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different ways you could go in this race, and if you've maybe got a bigger budget or you want to try to take this early pick 5 down, which, by the way, has been paying incredible and a lot of money going into it as well, this would be a race where I think you could use the all ball.
There's no one in here that if they won, you would fall over and say, I can't see that. They're all, it's all there for everybody in here.
We'll be back in just a moment with the Rainbow 6 time after this short break.
And they're off.
My Racehorse has opened up a door for people that felt like that door would have never been opened for them.
We can all be owners and we can all get that excitement.
You can meet your horse through the different experiences and all of the events that My Racehorse puts together. You get that hands-on connection.
Whether you have $50 or $500, everyone that joins My Racehorse gets that experience of a lifetime.
I love My Racehorse. Let's go.
Welcome back to Gulfstream. And today, Samantha Perry and Brian Nadeau taking you through this 9-race card, ending the weekend on a strong note here. Feeling confident about our picks today. Brian, we'll see if we can get this thing home. But $200,000 in the gross jackpot guarantee for the Rainbow 6 here. And on Friday when we come back, it'll be mandatory, but let's see if maybe you've got the sweeper here to take it down before that.
I took a couple rubber bands off the bankroll a little bit. This is a $72 play, bigger than we typically give out, but again, this is a great day to get involved before the big day on Friday. So we will spread early in here. In race number 5, we did talk about it already, Midnight Chaos. Your deep spread is in race 6, and it's got my long shot, the 5, Sovereign of Speed. I basically, Samantha, use anybody with any kind of form. I don't think Valid Exchange can win.
No.
Other than that, wide open. 2 deep in race 7. That is your order, 26. Alexander Helios is interesting. First time for Safi. Best bet of the day is Dreamster. We need to get her home for Mary Leitner, and then we'll go right in order. 1, 2, 3 in the finale. I did have the 4 sensitivity who scratches out. I'd like to think one of those 3s will get us through.
I think so. It's a solid ticket, and like Brian said, this is a good day to maybe try to have a go at this and take it down before we have the mandatory payout. Now, let's kick off this Rainbow 6 with a replay, and there are 3 horses coming out of the same race here. It's Sweet Actress, Provocative, and Twirling Grace. Thank you, Bob. Here we go. Now, Twirling Grace, a huge favorite, couldn't seal the deal here. I thought Provocativa ran quite well.
I'll tell you what, Kennedy Berdergate has not had a win yet. He's got 2 big-time chances today. And both horses, you mentioned earlier with Rohan, and he's here again with Rohan Crichton, both horses should be controlling early.
Yeah, and you see Provocativa just lately in the stretch there, just getting a bit tired. But I think she was kind of run off her feet a little bit early.
Yeah.
And the track was listed as muddy. Now, when you look at it there on the screen, it looks completely fine. But there was a lot of moisture in it due to some heavier rain. So if it stays fast like it is here, this should be able to carry her speed a bit further, I think.
I agree totally. I'm going to call her the wild card. She's probably favored in here, and she probably should be. I mean, Twirling Grace is 7-5. I guess I'm a little more forgiving than my partner. I have no idea what you're going to get for her. You want to tell me it was the muddy track last time? Okay, could you run a little bit, though?
Maybe, yeah. I don't trust her
No,
form.
not at all.
And people have, been betting her the last 3 starts. And
she couldn't lose last time.
No, which means we'll probably put her right into the winner's circle here.
She's got that good, bad, good, bad. I guess she's going to be good today.
But then there's some bad goods in there as well. It's hard to really catch a line on her, but we'll see if she shows up today. These are animals, not machines, and they have a bad day. Now, to the outside 6, Disco Queen. She was coming out of that race. We just couldn't see her.
No, and I think I'm going with Gabriel Maldonado here.
I think
this
is a good play.
Right, and so he's got a horse with some speed. I don't think she liked the mud last time.
No.
You can tell right off the bat if you look at her past performances, she couldn't really get a hold of it. She didn't show as much tactical speed. Well, now he's outside. He should probably be getting first run on Provocativa.
Yeah.
Who I don't necessarily trust, and I'm not a huge weight guy, but when you're getting 10
it makes
pounds,
a difference.
it makes a difference.
Especially in a spot like this.
Especially in a spot like this. The other thing, too, and I talked about it yesterday, Samantha and I talk about it a lot, these one-turn main track races, you get these gapped-out fields, and you wake up on the far turn, and you're 4 lengths behind, you can't win.
No.
And I like to hope and think that this horse might be 4 lengths ahead of the rest of the field.
You would think.
And we'll take our chances plus 10 pounds through the stretch.
Yeah, we'll have to see that. Race 5, it kicks off the late pick 5 here. I've got a ticket I put together and going to spread in this race just a little bit. The 6 is my top pick. We'll get to it in just a moment. Race 6, the single for me is 7. That's Royal Kitten. Race number 7, it's a huge spread for me. I don't particularly trust anybody, but Alexander Helios is who I landed with on top. That's the 6. Race 8, the 6 is my top pick. That's Dreamster for Mary Leitner. Excited to see this gal back in race 9. Towser, I could have added one more. It would have just doubled it. I think Towser is my best bet of the day, so I'm just going to have to trust in myself that that will work. My best bet single got home yesterday. Of course, my ticket was dead, but
the single always wins when you're out.
Exactly.
You know that.
Yeah, it's more than anybody. So, race 5. Let's show replay first. This is Bernardo's Legacy and Midnight Chaos. Midnight Chaos was the 2, and kind of in from this spot here at 35-1. Looked like this horse was not going to go anywhere and buried between horses. Bernardo's Legacy on the rail. I think Midnight Chaos ran extremely well in this spot.
Heck yeah. I'm with you 100%. I thought he ran huge in this spot. And this is kind of that blow-up race where the horse doesn't do any running on debut on the main track. Antonio Sano switches over to Tapeta, and he's a good Tapeta trainer. And this horse really, really wakes up.
Yep.
35-1, as you mentioned. And the good thing about that is sometimes the betting public doesn't believe in that.
Exactly.
You end up getting a better price than you should the next time around. He's 3s on the morning line. I think this horse is a huge player in here. And one of the other reasons he's a huge player in here, A, Bernardo's Legacy's down inside. B, he's 0 for 13. And if you're going to sit here and tell me he's one of the horses to beat in here, I'll take my chances with Midnight Chaos.
Yeah, in Love Spell, I talked a lot about this horse last time. This horse ran. It seems like Safi Joseph had just really drilled the speed into him, and I just know this horse from being with Brendan Walsh. I used to gallop him, and it worked because he did show some speed, and he's such a kind, cool horse. To me, maybe he'll have a better go at it. I just don't trust him. Even though he's dropping to 12.5, I don't trust him.
He might be a really kind, cool horse. He's kind of a slow horse.
Exactly. I would love to have him in my backyard. I'll have to talk to Safi about that.
There you go. He's favored on the morning line. He probably will go favored in here. It's Safi, it's Edgard, it's Ken Ramsey, it's a drop. That's all fine and dandy. The worry for me is twofold. Safi got no improvement out of him, and he's such a good claiming trainer.
It is, yeah. He just is what he is, that guy.
He is what he is, and I mean, I'm not going to let him beat me on a rainbow where I spread, but you can't take this horse to win, I don't think, at a short number.
Race 6, it's a late pick 4. Do you want to run it back or?
No, because it's exactly the same.
Okay.
We don't need to run it back.
Perfect. So Brian will post that. It's 7 furlongs on the main track here. It's a claiming $8,000 race, and we've got a matchup again of I'll Figure It Out and Royal Kitten. I've got the replay of this. I'll Figure It Out is in the front, okay? Just ran way better, but Royal Kitten this time around, I think that he was just run off his feet last time.
Yeah, and I'll Figure It Out got loose.
Exactly.
I do not see that set of circumstances today.
I don't either.
Sarawak's down inside, putting the hood on, okay? I'll Figure It Out's going.
Yep.
We know that. Frosted Armore's not giving anything away early on. No. So the flow, the complexion of the race today,
it's much different.
Much different, and you're kind of picking up what I'm seeing as well.
Yeah, and I'll Figure It Out. Let's not take anything away from him. He's won his last 3 of 4 races, and 2 of those have been for different barns. But, yeah, drawn on the inside today, I just think he'll be hard-pressed to use. And Royal Kitten, Pete Walder, what, 998? 998, sitting on 998 wins. I think this horse is going to be really solid here. Now, you took neither of those. Sovereign of Speed on the class drop. Wouldn't have shocked me if this horse won.
No, and he's like Royal Kitten. The flow's going to help him here. We get a little break with Angel Morales weight-wise, 120, by the way.
Yeah.
The drop has got to play. Look at the last time he was with his friend, Samantha. He blasted him with a big number. And he's another horse exactly like Royal Kitten. Let him go early, settle a little bit. I struggled to come up with a true long shot. I think he's 6 on the morning line. I would be very, very happy with that.
Yeah.
It's not an average shot. This should be a long shot.
An average shot is a good one, though. Race 7. This is a really solid maiden special weight race. 1 mile on the main track here. It's maidens 3 and upward. This was a huge spread race for me, and even seeing some videos, looking at the work, still, it was hard to pin down a horse for me. Now, Cape Trafalgar, I want to show the replay of Brian. Now, this is from Keeneland, and take note of this because Sweet Cherry Pie is also in the winner.
Right?
Yep. So Cape Trafalgar, I think it's great that Safi sent this horse to Keeneland. There you see him. Now, they're putting the blinkers on today, and I kind of like this because we're only going to see him for a little bit, Brian. Sweet Cherry Pie's in front. This horse for George Arnold, who just was very impressive, came back to run second in allowance. But Cape Trafalgar kind of wanders around a bit. It's kind of hard to see him there, but he's wandering around, but he still tries. And even though the first and second place finishers, there you go, he still doesn't let the rest of the field come swallow him. What do you think?
Are your numbers right? You don't have this horse anywhere?
In my pick 5, I do.
Okay, he's like 3 to 5 in here.
Yeah, I believe it, but I like the other one.
Okay,
yeah.
This is like
he's my 5th choice.
He's coming out of like grade 2 races. I mean, this is a absolutely seismic class drop.
Yep.
Fresh blinkers. I think he's controlling speed anyway.
Yeah.
Going a mile. If you're on a budget, this is your single. I think today.
Okay, but on the other hand of this, he missed a month of work.
No, that's fair.
They worked him back after that April 14th race, and then he missed a month. So
but he's got 4 in a row now showing.
I know, I get it, but I just think that with a barn like this, that like clockwork really works him. That was just my hesitance. Okay. Where the 6 Alexander Helios,
it's a dangerous horse.
He is, yes. He's debuting for Safi Joseph the first time. He's worked well. You watch his works on XBTV. I'm not a huge fan of the way he travels. He just kind of travels with his head down in the dirt a little bit. But Lionel Reyes, he's a strong rider. You can keep him picked up. I like the way he's drawn. I actually prefer the way he's drawn more to Cape Trafalgar. Bear with me, but the 3 Riverboat Richie. Okay, this horse is a bad actor. First time,
this is him.
The one.
Yeah.
So the first time he ran, I kept on trying to figure out why they put this horse on the grass. Couldn't figure it out. Didn't matter because he tossed himself over the rail or something coming up to the track. So then they gelded him, which was great because he's a way too heavy, big son of Mastery. Then while I was away at Preakness, I remember we talked about this. He ran on the grass and didn't pick up his feet. This is not a turf horse at all. So this is a huge shot with me putting him so highly elevated. But if he runs well on the dirt, he's got talent.
Does he?
Well, we'll see.
I don't know. They've tried a lot of different things with this horse in 2 starts, routing at Santa Anita, turf here, maybe Carlos David, who we like and does a heck of a job.
Yeah.
Listen, he's going to be a huge price, so
he will.
You could do worse in using a horse like this. Let's put it that way.
Yep.
This is a type of race that you go contrarian way, and you might be sitting in race 9 with sweepers in the rainbow.
Yeah,
so there you go.
It's a huge spread race for me. You've got one for Todd Pletcher, the strapped number 1. It's hard for us to kind of come up with that one as well. Race number 8. This is 6.5 furlongs allowance optional claimers here. It's our feature. It's a good one, a really good one as well. We both have Dreamster on top. We showed the replay yesterday of this horse winning in our lightning round. This horse is just really solid at this distance, and these two teaming up.
Well, I think that's the thing, because the replay was significant yesterday, because I think that's the last time maybe she was in with a legitimate chance, okay? She's going a mile last time, doesn't want to do that.
No.
She certainly doesn't want to run in a 2-turn turf stakes. No. You Look Cold was so good for Bill Mott that day, and she's gone to New York and been okay. Let's be fair. So-so. And she's just with her friends today. She's drawn perfectly. Yep. Edgard and Mary Leitner have really formed a good partnership. They won multiple races during the championship meet. And if you're not familiar with Mary, I mean, you know her probably from Monmouth as well, but she does a really good job.
She does. And the 4 Millie, to me, making her first USA start. I've got a stat on Amador Sanchez. We needed him a couple times yesterday. We didn't get him, but we might get him here today. Now, very, very small sample. First USA start at Gulfstream, 2 for 17, just 12%. But look at that ROI.
Yeah.
That's a pretty hefty one. Now, this is a filly. She's getting Lasix for the first time, 4 years old. She's coming from Chile. I get it. What are those races there? But she has been sprinting on the dirt. If we get any sort of precipitation between now and this race, I think she could blow this up, because you look at, she's got 1 win on the wet track in Chile. You look at her breezes, that muddy track on June 3rd she breezed over was one of her quickest workouts. So watch the weather here, because if we get a rainy track, she might be solid.
Yeah, watch the toad as well. She's an Into Mischief, by the way. I mean, she's got a pedigree to her.
She does.
She's a weird horse, because Amador typically, he brings these horses over, and they have Group 1 and 2 and 3 form over there. She's got, like, no form whatsoever.
No.
I mean, she's won an allowance race, big deal, and then she's got absolutely blasted in her last 2 starts. Marcos Meneses, his main man, is here, wins the stakes yesterday with a heck of a ride. We'll show you in a second.
Yeah.
We'll call her the wild card. She's a dangerous horse.
Yep, she is. This is a race where you could go a lot of different ways. Race 9, our finale, allowance optional claimers on the Tapeta. This is a very solid race as well. And if you don't have a strong opinion, you're going to have to use Alba. I'm glad we kind of saw Towser as well. You have to take a stand here.
I'm not going to say she's got to win, but this is her group today.
It is, and the rail draw might be a little bit problematic for her, but she was just caught late last time. Edgar Zayas is back aboard. He knows this filly well, which is good, too.
Yeah, and the other horses, I'm not going to call them reaches. We've got our Exacta underneath mix, but Jan's Girl facing winners.
Yeah.
Off a huge win last time.
Huge.
And Damaso on a barn switch to Jose D'Angelo. That is scary as heck.
Yes.
But, you know, she's never routed on the Tapeta before.
No, and Roman Flame, we have Amador Sanchez coming off a really nice turf win at Tampa, which I think that horse could be interesting as well. It's a solid late pick 5 rainbow sequence as well to end the card. And, of course, we will be with you throughout the day to maybe give you some insight if this last 40 minutes has not done it. No, we for sure will. We're feeling hot today. Now, don't go away, because we've got our world-renowned lightning round up. And on Friday, we've talked about it a lot, but Rainbow 6 mandatory, late pick 5 mandatory.
Yeah,
They
that's a
picked
good point. It's
4
all got to go.
mandatory. It's all got to go on Friday. The PPs are out.
Yeah, that's the other thing, too.
I've already got them downloaded.
You've already numbered them.
I've already numbered them.
8-race card on Friday, and June 30th ends I guess, the fiscal year here in Florida. So everything's got to go.
Yep.
Mandatory day. Now, if it doesn't get hit today, we would be probably between 250 and 300 gross guarantee on Friday. So you typically, multiply by 5 or 6. We could be looking at 2 million, 1.5.
Definitely.
Big pool.
Yep, it'll be huge. And on Friday, there's a few tracks running, but all eyes will be here. It's a very, very exciting. Excited to see what kind of ticket you come up with.
Yeah.
And
You're going to have to come up with one, too.
Yeah, trust me, I will. I'm already thinking ahead. Now, best bet today, though.
Yeah, it's Dreamster.
Okay.
I think she's in a good spot
Yeah.
for her connections.
Yeah, I think so too. And mine is Towser in the 9th race. Your long shot?
Yeah, I got 65. Sovereign of Speed in race number 6, and she should be a square price in there.
Great.
He.
Yeah, it's okay. My long shot was Morning Colors.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm hoping for some speed here, 10 to 1.
Yeah.
We'll see.
That's a true long shot. That's a good one.
Hey, thank you. Yep, it is. Thank you. Yesterday, carry back.
Yeah. Where was Danny Hertak and Donna Green? We missed them
We've
yesterday.
got some words for him when they come back.
But he's not in your picture yet. I
No.
promise you he's going to get there, though. Marcos Meneses timed this to a T. They're swerving, doing his thing again. He's got to figure this game out at some point.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say Super Chow is disappointing. They go 44-1.
Yeah.
But he couldn't see it out, and bang, nailed on the line by a horse that they
Claim for 12.5, 2 starts back.
2 starts back.
Yep. Very, very, yeah, exactly.
Very
Golf clap
impressive.
to them. That was impressive. It was a perfect timed ride
Yeah.
on a race that fell apart late
did.
as well. And I think, honestly, right after that race, Lightning did strike a lot.
You're right, actually.
So,
yeah.
congrats to Lightning Tones, please. None of that today. And speaking of rain and lightning, which we've been getting a lot of it leaving the office on Saturday.
Yeah, how about this?
This is awesome.
Yep, so wager $50 and you get a free umbrella, and it's summer in South Florida. You can
need
never not have enough umbrellas.
Yeah, I wish we had more. We need one on the set, in the car,
Yeah.
on the scale house. We need one everywhere. So get those pocketbooks out
For
to
sure.
$50 to wager, and you can do that easy on the Rainbow Six. Hopefully more than that.
We got to send it upstairs to Mr. Aiello. It is his 10-year anniversary. Did you see that? At
No.
Gulfstream Park today. So Pete's up there on the 4th
Wow.
floor, and congratulations,
Congrats,
buddy,
Pete.
to one
Yeah.
of the best.
Wow, 10 years. Wow, that makes you feel old, doesn't it?
I do. But we love Pete, and does a great job, and he's coming up right now.